Have you ever asked yourself, how do I actually get better at Fortnite fights? You land, loot, and line up a shot, only to get destroyed in 2 seconds by someone with cleaner aim. It's frustrating, right? And here's the truth. No matter how good your builds are or how fast your edits look in creative, if you can't hit your shots, you won't survive long enough to make those Fortnite highlights you dream about. That's why step one in learning how to play Fortnite and truly how to get better at Fortnite is to master your aim. The problem most players run into is they skip the basics and go straight for flashy moves. They think if they can crank 90s or do a clean Fortnite edit, that's enough to win fights. But how many times have you hit the sickest edit only to completely whiff your shotgun shot and get blasted back to the lobby? That's the difference between Fortnite gameplay that looks impressive and creative and gameplay that actually wins matches. Even the best Fortnite highlights start with one thing: a solid first shot. Players like Peterbot, Clix, and MrSavage all emphasize that the very first shotgun hit usually decides the fight. Miss that and you're instantly on the back foot. And if your tracking is sloppy, it doesn't matter how much you build, you'll get melted by someone who's calmly keeping their crosshair at head level while you panic. So how do you fix this? The answer isn't grinding flashy mechanics, it's building your foundation around aim training and shot discipline. Most Fortnite gameplay ends at close range, so start with shotguns. Work on flick shots and headshot accuracy. Pros often talk about pausing for a fraction of a second before pulling the trigger. That tiny adjustment can mean the difference between a 30 damage body shot and a 150 headshot. And that first high damage shot often wins the fight. A great creative map for this is Raider 464's Mechanics Training version 5. It includes realistic shotgun scenarios against moving targets, which is way better practice than just aimlessly spraying bots. Another option is Edit Pump Wars PvP by Katung04, where you get unlimited respawns and constant shotgun action against real players. Perfect for replicating that sweaty endgame pressure. Once you build consistency with shotguns, move to your preferred spray weapon, either an SMG for close range fights or an AR for mid to long range engagements. Don't try to master everything at once. Pick the weapon you feel most comfortable with and make it your specialty. If you like close range aggression, grind with SMGs. If you prefer holding distance, focus on AR tracking. Remember, specialists beat generalists, and muscle memory is real. Repeated practice with one weapon style will train your reactions far more effectively than bouncing between everything. One of the most underrated skills in Fortnite gameplay is crosshair placement. Stop chasing your opponent's character model around the screen. Instead, predict their movement and place your crosshair where they're going to be. Always keep it at head level. The less your mouse or thumbstick has to move, the faster you'll land your shots. To practice this, try Ollie ZB's Aim Edit Piece Control and Free Build map. It has drills specially designed for crosshair placement and reaction speed. Here's where most players mess up. They practice aim in relaxed creative lobbies and then wonder why they choke in real fights. The difference is pressure. Under stress, your aim feels different. You need to train in environments that replicate that. That's why maps like Edit Pump Wars or 1v1 aim duels are so useful. They force you to aim under constant pressure, and that's exactly what prepares you for real matches. So let's tie this back. You asked, how do I get better at Fortnite? The conflict is simple. Without consistent aim, you'll keep being the guy in someone else's Fortnite highlights. The solution? Build your foundation around disciplined shotgun aim, weapon specialization, crosshair placement, and pressure-tested drills. Nail this step and suddenly your Fortnite edits will actually lead to eliminations, not embarrassing whiffs. How to play Fortnite isn't just about flashy builds, it's about hitting your shots first. If you want to know how to get better at Fortnite, focus on shotgun aim and consistent tracking. Solid aim is the difference between being a star of your own Fortnite highlights versus just filler in someone else's. And once you master aim, you'll have the confidence to push fights and set up those clean Fortnite edits that actually stick.